I'm Rachel,
I'm Julia.
where we live in faith every day.
This is Life.
Welcome to Life!
Hey guys! Sometimes I feel more God at work than at church.
Where there's God and God's people.
No, I work, I go to church. Sometimes I feel more God at work than at church. What is church, right? And you're probably like, oh, church is the building we go to.
Or God's house.
Or God's house, right. What's a true church?
Literally, church is like a freaking just a group of people who like believe in God. You know, it's weird because like I've been to people or places that they consider themselves a church, and I would not feel the presence of God.
Right. The church is the bride of the groom, and the groom is considered to be God. So followers of Christ, Christians. But I mean, this goes back to the topic about Christians. Like, you can say I'm Christian, but are you really Christian?
Yeah, I mean, okay, like God says that He will reside even if 2 or 3 are gathered. You know, that's a church. You know, it's just literally just a group of people who come together to worship God.
Right.
That's all what a church is. But I think because we throw that word church around so much,
it's been watered down. So it's really important to think about that. You know, just because you're going to church, are you an actual church?
Exactly.
And if you know that, shouldn't we try to be more like the church, the characteristic of the church? It's kind of cool how we give each other feedback on each other's roles to become that church.
Right.
And that is super important because each person makes up a church.
Right.
Okay, so Ephesians 4, verse 16. From him the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love, as each part does its work.
Okay. In love. If you don't understand what that love is, we have a problem. It's really difficult because 99% of the people in the church don't understand what that love is.
And that's like the first thing.
But I noticed that for some people, especially if they have been in the church for a very long time and have grown up in a very conservative, legalistic type of relationship in the church, it's really hard to break out of it and understand what that unconditional love really means. Like, it's really hard for them to actually grasp the concept of unconditional love. How was your world different when you understood unconditional love?
It's been a while. It's been a few months now. My reaction, I don't remember, but I just remember feeling super like, I was going to say enlightened.
Well,
no,
I would hope so.
I felt super like ding 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 ding, like in my brain, like what the like, and then my heart just dropped. Because I was about to cry that day.
She was in shock.
I was really like, huh?
She was in
what?
shock.
Like, I wish we recorded it, but we didn't.
I know.
Because we were still starting up like whole YouTube and everything.
This is when we were just starting.
It was just like, what in the world? It was like it opened up a lot of different things. Like, I started to understand more things just because of this one topic, which writes all
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know.
I love how like I was holding your hand last time, now you're holding my hand.
Yeah, okay. So like, you know how like you have like one of your friends you talk to and she finally understood unconditional love, and you were like saying how like amazed she was. That's exactly how it feels. This is like, wow, it's like a different world.
Yeah.
That's what I was kind of talking about. It's really hard to cut that relationship with God once you understand unconditional love. No matter how much of a hard time you're having, or like how like away you're like, you know, you're just sinning after sins, you still don't want to lose him because you understand that character. It's crazy. Yeah.
What we need in a church is in love. In love.
You see that more out of the actual building. You see that more in the world than in your church.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a sad truth, but at the same time, it's amazing.
And I think that's why it's really difficult for people who kind of get that a little bit when they're trying to find a decent church and they don't find that, you know, light it's really hard for them because it's really hard to find that in churches.
I think being the light in that church
It's important.
They're never gonna get there if someone doesn't help like that. You know?
Church.
What does church mean to you? If you like this video, be sure you give it a like. And if you haven't already, just subscribe to us.
And hit the bell for videos like this. And till next time.